Hello friends, in this video we are going to see about the protective relays, basics of the relays. Normally the relays are used to disconnect the abnormality or a abnormal system by tripping or initiating a trip to the breakers. This can avoid the uh, effect of fault to the other live section, which means it will isolate the faulty section from the healthy section. So normally the relays are used in various area in according to the locations. The relay naming will be changed, and also the relay functioning also be changed. Like for over voltage we are using over voltage relays, and under voltage relay, then over current earth fault, then restricted earth faults, surge earth faults, then like a differential distance for a transmission line we are using a distance relays. According to the distance calculation, the relay tripping initiation will be given under the zone wise calculations. So likewise there are a lot of relays used for protections. Now in this video we are going to see the basics and the types of relays which are used according to their functions. So this is a basic bus substation diagram. I just for understanding I just written this. In here the generator which generates the power and transmit through a breaker. Here the CB is mentioned as a circuit breaker. For a short mentioning I have used as a CB. Then it is connected to a bus bar, and then it will goes out through a circuit breaker and connected to a power transformer, and then it will goes to a circuit breaker, then it will get transferred to the another bus. This is a normal bus bar, and this is also a normal single bus bar with bus externalizer. Then it will goes through other substation through a transmission line, then it is connected to another bus bar. Likewise the power is transferred from one area to another area. In this area we are going to see the basic relays which can be done. Relaying can be done, like for a generator we are using generator protection. For that we are using a generator protection relays. Then this particular area bus bar protection we are using low voltage switchgear or switchyard bus bar. Here the bus protection and bay protection, teeth protection, and also backup protection. Likewise for this bus bar we can do. According to the bus protection, the relays will get tripped and isolate the faulty area from the healthy area. Then it is as you go to the transformer, the transformer protection will take on part. In here the transformer protection in the sense transformer differential or restricted earth fault or surge earth fault. Likewise for the transformer particularly we are using the transformer protection, and also use we can use combinedly by from here bus bar to the transformer. We can use as a this from bus bar to the transformer area, which means up to the transformer we will use as a bus protection or a bay protection. Likewise we will use for the another areas also. Then for this bus bar area, high voltage switchyard or switchgear protection. Same wise the bus protection will be taken part. In here we can use the overlapping by initiating the bus bar protection by this one area, and this one area can be isolated. So we can also use like this likewise also. Then for a transmission line, as I said, the distance protections and also like carrier aided protections can be used for a transmission line. Then it is connected to another bus bar, which means another substation. Here the bus bar normal protection, bus protections, and differential protection can be used. These are the basics of a protection in relaying of our substation from one substation to another substation. Likewise then the protection are carried by a primary and backup protection. The primary protection is the first line of defense for our protective system, and the backup protection is the when operated, while primary if get affected or due to some other external faulty condition, the primary may not operate. In that time or in that case, the backup protection will get activated and the backup trip will be initiated. The primary fault may be due to the failure of circuit breaker. The circuit breaker mechanism may get failed, or a protective relays failure, or even a tripping circuit failure, or a DC or AC, the voltage which need to be get tripping initiated, that voltage may get failure, or due to the voltage loss or failure of relays. These are the main reasons for a primary voltage, which means the primary protection get affected. In that time, the backup protection may activated and backup protection tripping will be initiated. So more or less, the function wise, the both are same, but the primary will be the main first defense and the backup protection will be the, which means the backup to the primary, and that is the backup protection. Then methods of backup protections. Relay backup. In this, a single breaker is used for both primary and backup protection, but two protective systems are different, which means here the single breaker is used for both the primary and secondary protections, but the protective system is different, means the protective area which are using, like the same breaker may be used for a differential protection, and the backup protection may be a impedance protection or a over voltage or over current protection. That's the thing mentioning as a relay backup. Then breaker backup. Here separate breakers are used for a primary and backup protection. Here both are in the same session, which means the breaker may be two different breaker will be used for a primary and backup protection, like local breaker backup enable, which means LBB initiation. That is a backup protection. The main protection will be our bus bar protection. So the bus bar, for that bus bar we will have a bus bar protection. In addition to that, we will have another one, local breaker backup enable, which means LBB initiations. This is the backup protection. Then breaker backup. Then the remote backup. Remote backup in the sense separate breakers for primary and backup protections. Both are in a different station and also completely isolated and independent of each other. Which means in this case the remote backup maybe we can say as a distance relay protection. In here, both the breakers which are using as a for the distance relay will be, one end will be our session and another one will be another session. In this case, the carrier aided signals or the distance zones may be used as a remote backup. Then centralized coordinated backup session. In this sense, the primary protections is at various stations, which means all the different stations will be connected in a primary side, and the total different stations will be comes to a one central unit. That central unit will have a backup protection, and the backup protection will be operated from that central unit room. This is the centrally coordinated backup protection. So next, the classification of protective relays. Electromagnetic attraction type of relay. These relays are attracted by a AC or DC quantities, which means the supply can be used as a AC or DC for operating. Then it operates on a principle of attraction of a armature by a magnetic force produced by a undesirable current or a movement of a plunger in a solenoid, which means the attractions of it mainly works on a principle of electromagnetic induction or attraction principle only. So as you know, the the armature get attracted due to some magnetic force produced by the undesirable current, or the produced by the undesirable current means the or movement of the solenoid. The both are get momented, or that current quantity can be achieved only by whenever we are going the AC or DC quantities, which means the voltage, after applying the voltage only, this action will be taken part and the armature get attracted and our relay coil get peaked. So there are three types: solenoid type, attracted armature type, and balanced beam type. Then next type is induction type of relays. This work on the principle of electromagnetic induction. As you know, the induction type is classified into two types: induction disk type and induction cup type. Then directional type. Directional type of relay work on a direction of current or a power flow. It is a works on the principle of direction of current. So as you know, the opposite it is classified into two types: reverse current type and reverse power flow type. Then based on timing, it is divided into instantaneous time, definite time lag, and inverse time lag. Here the timing is the time between the instance of a relay operation and instant at which the tripping contacts take place can be controlled. So these are all the basic things. In another class we will have a deep discussion with each of the topics. Then distance relay. The distance relay is mainly used for the transmission lines, which means from one substation to another substation. In between the line movement, we are going to use this relay for initiating the trips, or even finding out the fault where in which location has been happened. Can be calculated by the impedance type, or reactant types, or admittance types. Then it works on a principle of measurement of voltage or current ratio. In this method, there are two coils. One is energized by current and another one energized by the voltage. The torque produced is proportional to the ratio of two quantities. When the ratio reduces below the set value, the relay get operated. As you know that it is mostly works on the principle of Z is equal to V by I, which means the impedance calculation. As you know, the fault current may first enter into the low, which means the search into the low impedance path. So the relay will have a one impedance value. Whenever the impedance value get lower than the set value, automatically the zone wise stripping will be initiated and we can able to find the location. Then differential type of relay. It is classified into a current differential type or voltage differential type. In this differential type, it will be which means we can easily say that the differential can be used in our location wise, which means for a bus bar we will use as a bus bar differential, for cable we will use as a cable differential, then for a transformer we will use as a transformer differential, for a reactor we will use as a reactor differential. Which means in the sense the naming will be changed but the operation will be same, which means it will operates when the vector difference of two or more electrical quantities in which the relay is connected and exceeds at the set value. Which means normally, for example, I am saying that in a station we are now considering as this as a bus bar. One end will be one city, another end will be another city. By comparing both the current entering and leaving, we will check the differential relays. Whenever there is a fault internally, which means the differential will be operated for the internal faults only. So whenever the internal fault get occurred, in that time the current will be moves to the low impedance path, which means the current entering will be goes into here. There will be no outgoing, which means there is no outgoing path. In that time, automatically the relay gets sensed and the unbalanced current will be added as a fault current, and it will exceeds the set value of our differential settings, and automatically our trip will be initiated as a differential trip. So these are all the basic things of relaying. In future we will study about the each of the relay types. So maybe you understand. Hope I think so. Thanks, and support my video. Share your knowledge and gain your knowledge. Thanks everyone. Nandri. Vanakkam.